back to the channel. This is No Luck Trucking. I'm Matt, and as you can see, part of the trailer in the background, we're at our next pickup, and if you guessed FedEx, you were indeed correct. So pretty much from here on out, we are going to be LTL drivers for quite a while. This is a new one. This is Louisville, Kentucky FedEx. Probably on the bottom 3 of the ones that we've gone to. I went into the dispatch office just to see if that's where we were supposed to be. The guy wouldn't even like look at us or say anything for quite a while. And finally, after standing there, he just asked for my ID, scanned it, and then we went back to just waiting. So it was about 40 minutes from the time that we left the truck until we got acknowledged and signed a piece of paper for the load. It appears to be on a brand new trailer, which doesn't really matter since we're just doing nothing but dropping hooks now. But yeah, first experience here. Meh. Definitely have had way better experiences at FedEx, but it is what it is. I don't think we're going to be coming back here very often. Hopefully we have a nice triangle going, so I'm hoping that we won't have to come back here for anytime soon. So the bills did have a little bit of hazmat, which is
just 1 pail of paint.
Okay, so it's definitely not enough quantities to need to
12 pounds of maybe a couple pails of paint.
Yeah, so we don't need a placard. That's good, but they do always mark all the pages, even if it's like the most minute quantity of it. So it is not a it's not a placarded amount, and we are a little bit early, so I don't know how soon the trailer was ready, but we're about 30 minutes before we were supposed to check in to like launch, so probably like an hour and a half total from the drop dead time. It was ready, so hopefully at our next places that are going to be more of a consistent dedicated, we have a little bit better time, because we're going to be doing those for quite a while. But I don't know, everyone seemed kind of miserable here, and that person at the desk definitely seemed miserable. And the glory part about miserable people is they want to make everybody else miserable. But like Liz always says, you can't take the bait. You gotta do what you gotta do to get through the situation, and then we don't have to deal with that person anymore. But that guy has to go home to his family, and they have to deal with them all the time, so that sucks. But we're gonna go find our trailer and get hooked up to it, and we'll pick up a little bit later. Boy, do we have an update for you guys. So we arrived Valdosta, Georgia, FedEx. We got a call en route from the agent. Mind you, this is a direct shipper. VAM, you know, the people that typically do FedEx. So it seems like recently, every time we booked a load with them, we're on like the losing end of everything with them. So we picked this load up, we're running, we're like an hour away, and they tell us that the last driver knew that the trailer that he dropped had an air leak and a marker light out, but he drove it the whole way and dropped it anyways. And then the agent called trailer maintenance to get somebody out to repair it, and they're telling him it's going to be tomorrow. So they were pretty much like, well, yeah, you know, what are you going to do? It's like, what? Like, how does this keep happening? You guys are like a bunch of 3PL agents now. Let's see, I don't know if this is where we need to drop it. Yeah, so I angrily had an exchange with them, and then they were checking to see if there was any trailers in their trailer pool, which they said there was not, of course. So then she called back and said our options are to get trailer maintenance or utilization to put us on the trailer list, which in this market it's like a week wait, so that's not realistic, or call trailer maintenance when we're on site to see if they can send somebody out to fix it. So our next agent, let me flag this guy down. Let's see where to put this. Yeah. Alright, so I was right. We do drop back here, so we got to back up. But we let the agent know on the next load, and she said she agreed that that was unacceptable. How they just were like, oh, well, it won't be out for a day and a half, even though, you know, we need a trailer. And they told us this, they knew it ahead of time, but they told us after we had already picked up and we're en route. Kind of scummy, but to be honest, that's kind of how it's going with that agency. Kind of sucks that they're the only game in town, well, one of the only games in town with FedEx. Alright, it's not pretty, but it's in there. So she told them who to get with in trailer maintenance, like head of trailer maintenance, and so I don't know. You know, it's always the driver that's on the losing end of these things, but it's all on how the agents deal with it, really. We've had some agents that would jump into action, you know, even if they were off the clock or whatever, they would do whatever they could to help out. And then there's some that are like, I gave the minimum effort, that's all I can do, right? Good luck. And that's kind of where we're at with VAM, is you're just like, oh well, sucks. She said, well, hopefully they'll get you some solution so that you could go on to your next load. I'm like, hopefully? Like, hopefully it doesn't pay the bills, you know? I can't tell the mortgage company, hopefully we'll have a payment for you. They're not gonna accept that. So we're gonna drop this. I'm gonna go hook up to the trailer and see what is wrong, because if it's a lower marker light, I can just replace it myself. But if it's one of the top ones, I can't reach it. And we'll kind of go from there. I don't know what's gonna happen. All right, so we were looking around and there was air pouring out. This is the trailer that they said had the air leak. We checked the lights so many times. We don't see a marker light out at all anywhere. But I did hear the air leak, so I uncovered this air line right here, and it's a compression fitting at the T. And I tightened it by hand, and the air leak stopped. So I grabbed some wrenches, and I'm gonna give it an actual tighten. So that should take care of that. Everything else checks out really well on the trailer. So air leak is taken care of. I don't see a marker light. So the only thing that we can think of is these. They look very dim when you're looking from the front, but when you walk over to the actual signal, the lights are facing towards the rear. So if you're up front in the cab looking back, you don't really see it. But we have checked the lights over and over and over and over and over. We do not see it. So we're gonna tighten this fitting and call trailer maintenance, call the agent, do whatever we gotta do, and get rolling. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. So if you look at the marker light, it looks very, very dim when the closer you get, but if you come back here, you can see it bright. So I'm only assuming that the guy looked back from this way, didn't see a light on, and just assumed. I don't know, but all the lights are good. Tires are great, actually. This one actually might ride worth something. It's empty. It's like a 2016, 2017. Yeah, so all of these lights are on. Side lights are on. The side marker is on. And the clearance lights. So I don't know what the guy was saying, the marker lights out, but I fixed the air leak. Yeah, that one's on. I fixed the air leak. So I think we're good. Yeah, that marker light's on as well. So the tire inflation is still coming on, but since that airline had been leaking, all the air was out of the little secondary tank. I don't hear any. Yeah, there's no leaks. So in a minute or two, or once we get rolling, that light should go out and should not come back on. So I think we're good. I just called the agent, told him to call off the road call. I fixed it all. Well, the marker light just wasn't a thing. And then we called the agent on the next run to let him know that we were going to be there to pick up like we were supposed to. Our obligations are going to be fulfilled because that's what we do. We keep our promises, even when agents don't do the same, you know. But hey, hold the drivers to a professional standard and everyone else gets an oopsie here or there, right? But anyways, we are hooked up to the trailer and we are ready to roll. It has built up air pressure. It's not leaking anymore. We've checked the lights about 20 times. Can't find any mysterious lights out. So all I can assume is he looked from the front and did not look at the trailer light from the backside. I mean, it's gotten me sometimes when I make turns. I'm like, man, that marker light's out, and then I get out and go check it, and it is lit. It's just from looking in the mirror, it does not look like it's lit up, unless it's at night. Then you can see a faint glow, but during the day, there's no way. So we are going to be able to make our next run, which is going to get us to our next month worth of runs. So I think we have saved our own week yet again. So it helps having tools on the truck. Like I said, we can fix most things that come up, small things anyways. And if the marker light was out, I was just gonna fix it myself and keep rolling, because waiting on Landstar to fix their trailers is an exercise in futility, if you will. But now is not the time to have our own trailer because we need to do all these drop-in hooks. So it is what it is. We'll just keep playing hot potato like everyone else, right? Just dump the problem on somebody else. But here we are. So thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.